Hi fans, I hope you're doing absolutely amazing as always. I hope you've been enjoying my tutorials. Some of my fans actually requested me to do a spring evening look. The kind of look that I did for my previous tutorial was a very day wear look. For some people it was a look that they could get away with in the evenings as well. But some of my fans requested me to do a look which would be slightly more glamorous, using the same tones which are in for spring 2013, and give them a evening wear look. So here you go. Today's look is the evening spring 2013 look, and if you notice, it's kind of a bit different than the usual things I do. What I've done today is I have used yellow, gold, black and the ever so in colour blue. I've also used a little bit of glitter under the eye and a very new lipstick which is from MAC and it's called Angel. The whole concept was to do an eyeshadow, blended eyeshadow technique which was slightly different from the usual techniques we do, like smoky eyes or just, you know, neutral colors. I wanted to do a sort of a different thing towards using blue, so I combined it with gold and yellow and black. You can also, instead of using gold, you can also use silver, and if you want me to do a tutorial for silver and blue, I could do that for you too. Before we start the tutorial, once again, thank you very much for liking my videos. Thank you very much for being a great support. Do not forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. You all know what my website is, which is www.samiakhan.com. If you want to know how I do my contour and highlight, make sure you look at my previous video, which was spring 2013. Once again, this is an evening spring 2013 look that I would definitely use to go out. The products I use today are all actually mentioned on the links below in my channel, and if you need to know about any products, feel free to contact me. So as you can see, I've already done my foundation and my eyebrows. Spring isn't going to be that warm, so I would still recommend the full coverage that I use, which is MAC full coverage. But if you sort of think that, you know, you don't want to do a lot of coverage in terms of foundation, then you can always use the Studio Fix, which is like a powder, and you can use that instead of full coverage. It totally depends on you. I normally use that powder in summers. So for spring, I can still go ahead with either this, which is the MAC NC25 Studio Sculpt, or I go for a MAC full coverage. A MAC full coverage isn't available at all of the MAC stores. It's normally available at the MAC Pro stores. And so keeping the tones again similar to what I spoke about in my previous tutorial, I'll do a bit of a more glammed up eye makeup look as a spring evening look. Now for the first colour that I'm using, I'll be using a very nice gold. You can either use this gold, or you can go for the MAC Copper Gold. It's totally your choice. I'll be blending a bit of both, which in a way would help. So just on the base after your concealer and highlighter. You can always change the gold to silver depending on what your outfit is, but because metallic golds are going to be an in thing, it's totally your choice. So you can either use gold or you can use silver. I'm using gold today because the look I chose is slightly goldy, yellowy goldy colour. Right, the next step is to highlight first before we do any other colours on the eyelid. So the highlighting, and then the same colour goes a little bit on the top of the lid, just to sort of merge it all in. So as you use your highlighter, it's kind of a pearly gold colour. Highlight this area and then slowly blend it in towards the lid. So highlighting this area, blending it in towards the lid. Once you've done that, now starts the interesting part. Now to create a very dramatic look, we're going to be using black. Yes, smoky black. Now there are two ways to use the black colour. You can either use your blending brush or a smaller version of a blending brush. I'll start using a smaller version of the blending brush. You can see I've actually built two black lines on top of the gold. Now the next step is quite interesting. As I told you in my previous tutorials that blues are really in. You can either use the Urban Decay blue lip pencil, or you can use Rimmel blue powder, which is a really cute sort of a powder brush. It totally depends on you. I'll show you how to use both. It's simple. The only thing about this brush is you have to be really careful because it sort of does kind of drop shadow, and we're using it underneath the eye, below the eye. So very gently and very carefully. Right, so I've created the lines, and if you notice, what I've done is first I used the powder blue, and then underneath it I used the Urban Decay. I literally drew a line coming towards the corners. Now the next step is to use your kajal. Some people won't be, some of my fans told me that they were not really comfortable with the idea of poking themselves in with this kajal. So the alternate is to use a Bobbi Brown eye pencil. This is available at Westfields and normally everywhere where Bobbi Brown is available. So it's kind of a really good, it gives you a really good effect. And you can either use false eyelashes, it's totally your choice. I've got the mascara, so I would literally just put my mascara on. I've used glitter that I bought from Debenhams, and to add a bit more twist and glamour, I've actually worked it through the pencil I used at the end. And there's so much going on the eyes, so you could just use the Peach Twist blusher. A bit on the cheeks, and going towards the top. President from MAC, and just sort of build it on top of the cheeks. Yes, lipstick finished. I used the Angel lip color, which is from MAC. It's not a matte lipstick, it's slightly glossed. Saw lip pencil from MAC again. As you can see, this is the kind of look that you can use to go out in the evenings and look really nice and sexy. Look, I hope you've all enjoyed it. I didn't really have time to do my hair, which is sort of growing now, so I'm kind of stuck. But I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. I really look forward to your comments. I would love to do looks that you would want me to do. I normally do my tutorials for Substance Wear Couture, who promote me on their page, and I'm a regular blogger for them. The next looks that I'm going to be doing would be Bollywood and Hollywood inspired looks. So keep tuned into my channel, keep following me on all the networking channels that I've mentioned earlier. Love you all, and I hope to see you very soon again. Mwah. Mwah.